Invasive species in Malaysia disrupt ecosystems, threaten native biodiversity and harm livelihoods. Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad AJMAL HIBATULLAH bin REDZUAN and my student ID is 2023226404. This video is for my English subject ELC 590. In this video, I want to persuade my audience that invasive species harm Malaysia local ecosystem and to encourage them to participate in effort to control and eradicate these species. Let's dive in. First of all, what is the invasive species? By terminology from Wikipedia, invasive species are the subset of established non-native alien or naturalized species that are a threat to native species and biodiversity. In Malaysia rainforest, we are expecting to see the vibrant and beautiful ecosystem that has existed for millions of years. Now, instead finding fields and forests overrun with foreign plants, or waterways choked by invasive species and local animals disappearing. This isn't a future scenario, it's happening right now. Invasive species are threatening Malaysia's biodiversity and we must act before it's too late. For your information, Malaysia's incredible biodiversity is a part of our heritage, economy and identity. If invasive species continue to spread unchecked, it will impact our food supply, water quality, tourism and even the livelihoods of many Malaysians. This issue affects all of us. In this speech, I will explain how invasive species harm Malaysia's ecosystem, why immediate action is necessary and how we can work together to solve this problem before it's too late. Let's begin by exploring the issues caused by invasive species in our local environment. So, invasive species are a major threat to Malaysia ecosystem and biodiversity based on the Jabatan Pertanian Malaysia book, that is National Action Plan on Invasive Species. Invasive species like the ikan bandaraya, that is suckerfish in our rivers, and the Parthenium weed in our forests are rapidly outcompeting native species for resources. For an example, from news by New Straits Times, almost 61% of the fish that catch in Sungai Skudai, Johor Bahru were ikan bandaraya. Ikan bandaraya are eating the local fish and their eggs, which result in less reproduction of local fish. By that problem, the consequences on ecosystem is that native plants and animals struggle to survive, leading to a decline in biodiversity. This disrupts the food chain and damage entire ecosystem. And next, we go through the impact on economy and livelihoods. Invasive species negatively impact agriculture, fisheries and tourism. For example, golden apple snail devastate rice crops, causing financial losses to farmers. From the article by Majalah Science, the siput gondang emas is famous in Malaysia due to its attacks on rice seedlings, which cause great destruction to rice farmers in particular and to rice production for the country in general. Seedlings that are less than 40 days old are vulnerable to snail attacks, where one snail per meter cube will cause 20% damage to the rice field, while 5 snail per meter cube will cause 90% damage to the rice field. For another impact is impact on the environment. Invasive species alter ecosystem by polluting water and destroying habitats. By the article from Soka University, the general water quality is affected by both the diversity and abundance of species and characteristic of specific species that live within or near aquatic environments. Therefore, management action taken to control these plants and animals are very important. This can lead to water scarcity, soil erosion, and the extinction of native species. The article by Portland.gov says that invasive plants often have shallow roots which can let soil wash into creeks when it rains. When there is a lot of soil in the water, it is hard for fish, insects, and other animals to live and eat there. Invasive plants may not only prevent trees from growing, they can also cause them to fall down. Tree climbing invasive plants like English and Irish ivy can make the tops of trees heavier or shade the tree leaves. Both can make the tree more likely to break or fall over in the wind. Plants like garlic mustard may kill off soil fungus that young trees depend on to get water and nutrients. Now that we understand the dangers, let's explore how we can address this pressing issue. There are many effective strategies to combat invasive species in Malaysia. First, we need a combination of public awareness, stricter regulations, and active eradication programs. A survey revealed that 91% of respondents in Malaysia are aware of the ecological impacts of alien fishes. However, awareness of specific prohibited species varies among different demographics. This solution can be implemented by educating the public about the risk of releasing non-native species into the wild is crucial. Next, by strengthening policies to prevent the import of invasive species and controlling their spread are necessary steps. Jabatan Perkhidmatan needs to enhance a more strict license application for Malaysian petting invasive species to avoid the pet dump to local ecosystems. Another action is we can support government programs for removing invasive species. As active now, the Selangor government is ready to provide 50,000 ringgit as an incentive for ikan bandaraya catch in local waters. Participate in community-led efforts such as cleanup drives and invasive plant removal. We can report sightings of invasive species to local environmental authorities. The society can call the Jabatan Perkhidmatan hotline 1-800-88-5151 or email to webmaster@wildlife.gov.my. For easy access, just visit the Jabatan Perkhidmatan website and go to REDZUAN section. You might wondering what difference these actions can make. Let's visualize the potential outcomes. Imagine a Malaysia free from the threat of invasive species. Our native plants and animals thrive, ecosystem recover, and biodiversity flourishes. Rivers remain clean and abundant with local fish. Forests teem with wildlife, and agriculture is safeguarded from pests. But if we do nothing, native species will continue to vanish. Ecosystem will collapse and Malaysian natural heritage will be lost forever. Our livelihoods, food security and environment will suffer, perhaps irreversibly. Now, it's time for each of us to take action to protect our environment. So, as a conclusion, invasive species may seem like a distant threat, but their impact is already here, affecting all of us. In this video, we have discussed the harm invasive species cause, the urgency of this issue, and how we can work together to protect our environment. This is not just a problem for conservationists. It's a problem for every Malaysian who cares about our environment, economy, and future. If we all stay informed and take small action, we can preserve the natural beauty of Malaysia for generations to come. So, for everyone that watched this video, we must join local conservation group, report invasive species, and spread awareness. Together, we can protect Malaysia's ecosystem and ensure a thriving future for our country. Don't wait, the time to act is now. I think that's all from me, so thank you so much.